They were pretty big homes that people had built. Even some of the local people were building themselves a pretty good sized home, but
Was his studio would that have been in the attic?
yeah,
Okay.
it was the attic.
So he renovated the attic and made it a painting place.
Yeah.
Was it hot up there?
Yeah, I imagine. I was trying to think weather-wise, and he didn't have any movable windows up there. He had this one side that was like letting light and air in.
Okay. And then the other side was closed off.
The other side was probably just attic over the attic itself, where maybe we had storage stuff,
Yeah. Yeah.
Because see, there was two buildings, two homes, like.
Yeah, almost like a duplex, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were both
It was
together.
ours and it was theirs, and
Yeah.
Of course, ours would have been. I can't even imagine what it was like, but there were 5 of us, and just my grandma and grandpa on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. People must have, even at that time, decided what they were going to build, and they built it.
True.
If
We've kind of always been that way as humans. We try to make our mark on things.
Yeah, because see, that was right along the Susquehanna River, and most of those homes were pretty good size. The people were fairly wealthy, some doctors and maybe ministers and things like that, and their lawns would go right down to Susquehanna Avenue, which was, and here's your river,
Yeah.
because that was one thing they were always concerned about, like maybe in the spring, how much water and stuff was coming down from New York State, and
Yeah.
those states up there. It was something that everything kind of went one with the other,
Right. But I guess another thing I read a lot about, or I've heard a lot about, is that in the older days, a lot of those rivers got very polluted. And because they used them for coal and to move things and to ship things, and they made a good highway, they could use them, but then they got so dirty, and then they've cleaned a lot of them up, like in Chicago, they've cleaned up that river, and I've heard that they cleaned up the Susquehanna. Winnie said that a while back.
Yeah, I was trying to think of, say Susquehanna's here, but where it was coming from, I don't know, way up, maybe up in New England or somewhere.
Maybe.
And then I remember there was one river that I think that was called Lackawanna,
Mm-hmm.
and that was coming down this way from Scranton. Well, Scranton was, probably had a lot of utility stuff going on there,
Is that where they did coal mining and stuff?
Yeah, but I don't know. I wondered about that recently. Like, did they have to go back into some of the deeper areas where they figured there was coal under there?
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't just laying around on the top of the earth,
No, I think they had to dig down in, make mines,
Yeah,
tunnels and pull it out of there.
yeah. Well, there was that was the one area, and the other area was over in the western part of the state. I forget what that city is over there, but I think they did a lot of mining over there in the western part of Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania's,
Pittsburgh?
well, that was a city, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
But the state is long like this. And then you got these smaller states up here, Vermont and this and that and the other up here, which probably didn't do mining up in there. I don't know, maybe they probably kept busy as beavers, because it was all very beautiful and very, I keep thinking, very talented and kind of seducing then to keeping them busy. I mean, they didn't just sit around, you know. They were always doing something with these areas, you know.
Yeah.
And that's another thing that amazes you, because of course, one thing, a lot of them had a lot of children. Now, a lot of those children may have died also, you know.
Yeah, wouldn't get all the way to adulthood.
Yeah, and so, but they had, I mean, forgive me, Lord, but if you were making these people, you made them with a lot of energy, and it's a wonder they didn't just take over your whole world. Because they have a lot of guts and a lot of energy, you know.
Yeah.
And not a lot of good manners all the time.
Right. Yeah.
But they were all beautiful areas, because there was Vermont and New Hampshire and Maine. Maine was, I think, the biggest one, kind of at the top right there.
Yeah.
Bigger one. But they didn't just sit around and do nothing. I mean, I wouldn't have the energy to do all that stuff. But I mean, whoever, forgive me, Father, but whoever God is and whatever He's been deciding to do all these years, He certainly is putting a lot of oomph in it all, in these people, you know.
Yeah.
Because they don't just sit around and do nothing. And of course, that's one of the things today, right now, this thing over there in like Israel, what they're doing is incredible. I mean, I don't even know what some of those people over there are called, but they're just going in and killing others all over the area. They've got a couple countries or a couple things that are trying to take over this, that, and the other, and they're just washing them out, you know. And of course, if you think about it, it's I don't know what they eat, but they certainly got enough. They eat enough to have enough energy, and they want to be over here. You know, it's an amazing thing to see what's going on, all of it, all day long, all day long. Over and over again, I saw our erstwhile president who can't quite make up his mind what to do, and that disturbs me somewhat, you know. he better do something before they're over here, you know. I don't know what it's all going to wind up being, but they know this is a tremendous, beautiful area, you know.
Yeah.